Hi, I'm Megan Buell, and welcome to another edition of our safety segment. Today I'm here with Assistant Commissioner Rick Shipkowski, and Rick is over our Office of Homeland Security, and you have a really neat program that a lot of people don't realize that is just going on across the state and is doing some really great things for the Office of Homeland Security.
Yes, good afternoon, Megan, and you're correct. The program you're referring to is our Terrorism Liaison Officer Program, or our TLO program. This is a program we began about 15 years ago, and it focused back then on local law enforcement that would help the Office of Homeland Security. The Office of Homeland Security is a small office. So we asked chiefs and sheriffs in key portions of the state to identify quality officers that could serve as a terrorism liaison officer. These individuals had to undergo a background check. We obtained secret clearances for some of them, and their duties were to kind of serve as a combat multiplier for the Office of Homeland Security. They were our subject matter experts in various parts of the state that we would go to for suspicious activity reporting. Suspicious activity is kind of the only radar we have in the war on terrorism. It's very important for us. The TLOs follow up on additional investigations involving suspicious activity reports. They get involved in actual case investigative support, training, outreach to community. They help us with exercises. They work with us on tripwires. A tripwire is when we want to let a community know about potentially suspicious activities. Farm co-ops, make them aware if somebody's buying large amounts of ammonium nitrate, that might be a problem.
Sure.
Beauty shops with concentrated hydrogen peroxide, gun store owners. So there's an awful lot of these enterprises across the state. So we reach out to these individuals to make contact with those entities within their counties or region and explain what we're looking for and how to report it.
And you know, these people they know their communities inside and out. And so it's important, like you're saying, when you're choosing these individuals, that they really have a good vibe on what's going on in their communities.
Yeah, and that's it exactly. They know their community. So, you know, a lot of our suspicious activity reports initially that sound seriously, when local law enforcement gets word of it, they know who that individual is, and they can generally, well, he's just a problem, or, you know, she's got mental illness or whatever, we don't need to take this one seriously. But for all these officers, we provide them some initial training, primarily how to identify suspicious activity and how to report it. And we provide annual TLO conferences where we give them more training, bring them up to speed on techniques and trends that the terrorists are using, teach them some vulnerability assessment, critical infrastructure protection techniques, just try to make them well-rounded TLOs.
Sure.
And within the last year or so, blinding flash of the obvious, we expanded the program to all public safety, where we just focused on law enforcement initially. We've reached out to the fire service, the emergency management service, emergency medical service, and even to our private sector security. Tennessee has a lot of critical infrastructure in the state, and it's important those security officers get the training and the information we're giving to our TLOs.
Absolutely.
And this year, to really bring it to a head, we are teaching all troopers the TLO training during their in-service. So, you know, right now we've got about 400 TLOs across the state, and by the end of this year we'll probably double that. And they're just a tremendous additional set of eyes and ears that help us keep Tennessee safe and secure.
Absolutely. So, you know, in that 15-year span, you've been able to grow this program to 400 strong. So now you're looking at expanding that program, and you expanded your partnerships as well. I heard you saying bringing in the fire service and EMA, EMS, and these people who are also very much involved in the eyes and ears of their communities. How has that, you think, really benefited?
Oh, it's benefited tremendously. First, the additional public safety partners appreciate being rolled into this program. But the fire service and EMS end up in places that law enforcement can't get into, and if they see something suspicious, we train them what to look for and how to report it, and it's tremendous outreach. And we've also reached out to our ag security people, bomb and arson individuals, even agriculture extension agents,
That's
because again, suspicious activity is so important to us, and we want it to be reported so we can check it out. 95% of what's reported turns out to not be anything significant, but the other 5% ends up being some kind of terrorism-related investigation.
And we know that these types of reports can go on anywhere. It doesn't matter the community, the size of the community. It's everywhere.
It is, and that's why it's so important. We have this statewide outreach. We've got a dozen Homeland Security agents. Well, they've been multiplied to over 400 strong with the TLO program. So we're very excited the program has grown, and
That's
very
great.
appreciative of our state and local and private sector partners that participate with us.
One quick question. Were the TLOs able to help with some of the training and assessments with the school plans across the state?
Yeah, absolutely. We were given a mission to do assessments on 1,800 schools within about a 6-week period, and there's no way we can do that with our limited people. So we enrolled the special program lieutenants and Homeland Security lieutenants from Tennessee Highway Patrol, as well as our TLOs, and within various regions across the state, we brought in local law enforcement and school officials to make that happen. And as of last week, just over 98% of those 1,800 assessments had been turned in. So we couldn't have done it without our partners.
Absolutely. You had strength in numbers for sure. Well, Rick, thank you for being here. And as always, if you'd like any more information about the Office of Homeland Security, you can contact our Assistant Commissioner, Rick Shipkowski, and also any of those great agents that you have on staff. Thank you so much.